Hey, all you big buck hunters out there, this is Jerry. I want to start this video out by first of all saying thank you to all the service members out there, active duty and retired. Without your sacrifice and your commitment, we would probably be speaking a different language right now, so thank you. I know through my work with the Department of Corrections, there's many people who get deployed all around the world at a moment's notice, and it's never easy on them or their families. So thanks again for all your service. The next thing I want to say was that I express opinions on deer hunting in this video and my other videos, and they're just that. They're my opinions. I don't know everything. Nothing's 100%, so take it with a grain of salt. And the other thing is, I just want to thank everybody who's posting their videos out there and sharing their adventure, because I really enjoy them. I would much rather sit down to YouTube and watch something that happened for real than watching a guy shoot a deer that scores 200 inches over a bait pile, which means absolutely nothing to me. So I really enjoy those videos. Keep them coming, and I would encourage everybody who is out there to record your adventure.
And I've cut a track yet. I've only been in the woods for about a half an hour. Just came in from Vermont. Hunted the high country where I knew I had some snow, and I just cut this track. He's not the biggest buck in the woods, but it's fresh, and I'm going to take him for a while, see what he does, see if I can size him up a little better. He's borderline, shooter for me. 180 to 200 pounds, I'm guessing, somewhere in there. So I'm going to take him for a bit and see what he does. I think I'm going to jump him pretty quick because it's very quiet. This bed's all over in here, and I think he's just up on this knob. He roamed around down in the lower plateaus all night. I kept slapping higher and higher, and I finally cut his track fresh going back up. So I know he's right here, not too far ahead of me. So I'm going to creep along and see what we can do. Well, as predicted, I jumped him. He was laying right here. He just took off in that direction. He's been blowing at me. So I guess the jig is up for that one. I'm going to leave him anyways. Nothing I wanted to shoot, so just wanted to have some fun, and he was going the same way I was. I've seen a lot bigger track than this. It's old, but it's quite large, so I'm going to see if I can pick him up in here somewhere. He's got to be around. When I first got in here, right where I parked my truck, somebody had dragged one out yesterday. I don't know what they got, but I know there's still a lot of deer in here. That one he shot on the lower side, so I feel like it was probably a smaller deer, which could have been anything, but usually your big ones are up high, so I'm going to keep plugging away, and I'm going to work my way out of this cut into the virgin timber up high, and it gets to be softwood, so I'm gonna stay in the transition between the softwood and hardwood on the edge of this cut and see if I can pick something up there. So well, guys, I screwed up big time. I knew he was up there. I've been tracking him for about an hour. Slowly two-stepping it up this knob. He was going into the softwoods, and I knew he was going to bed. But the track was pretty old. I figure it was probably right about light this morning when he was, just after daylight, somewhere in there. And he was coming out of the hardwoods from this cutting, and I figured he had been feeding, and he was going down to bed, which he did. So I get to the top of this little knob. It was probably, I don't know, maybe 300-400 yards to the top of it, and when I got there, he was laying right there. He bolted out in front of me. He was probably 12-13 yards from me, ran straight away, and as I was picking up my gun, somehow the gun went off, and I think I must have been squeezing the trigger as I was pulling it up, so the gun went off, and there just happened to be a stump right in front of me, a big blowdown, the stump of a blowdown, and I shot right into it, and he was over that, so I knew I didn't hit him on that one, although I had it pointed towards him. And then the second shot, I had a pretty good shot at him, but he had just disappeared into the thick brush, and I put it right in the last place I saw him, and if he had kept going straight, I might have hit him, but he didn't. He bolted right. As soon as he got in the brush, he bolted right, so I never touched him. But here's his track. Of course, running. I've gone probably maybe quarter of a mile now, and he hasn't geared down yet, so he's pretty spooked, and he should be. Real nice set of horns. One of the thickest bodies I've ever seen on a deer. He was just enormous ass end on him. Just really big. The tracks don't do him justice. I knew he was a good one, but I didn't think he was that big till I saw him. Then I was like, oh my god, this thing's huge. The horns were really impressive, but I couldn't tell tines. Just happened too quick. But it just so happened right after I shot him, I ran over the bank to see if I got him or not. My leg cramped up. I've got really bad leg cramps that happen about once, twice during deer season, and I just happened to get one today. It's first day I've been out, and there's snow on the ground, so I've been pushing it really hard, and kind of knew it was going to happen. But anyways, I'm really stuck now because I'm 2 miles back. I can't really go after this deer. I'm taking a break right now. I'm trying to drink a bunch of water and see if that helps. I'm letting him calm down, give him probably, I don't know, half hour or so, rest up, and then it's almost 3, so I don't have a lot of time to work on him. I'm 2 miles from my truck, so I'm going to take him. If he doesn't start walking pretty soon, I'm just going to have to swing towards the truck because it's going to be a long walk out if I get cramps again. So anyways, that's the update. Hard Luck Cafe today. Morning everybody. It's Saturday morning. I believe it's what, the 3rd or 4th, something like that, in November. It's the day after I missed that buck. Really nice deer. It's hard to get out of bed after that, screw that up, but oh well, that's part of hunting, win some, lose some. It does keep you encouraged that you can do it. It always seems like when you jump a deer, and he sees you before you see him, or he smells you, it seems like it's never going to happen, but every once in a while you get lucky, and that just reassures that. Had my shooting been a little better, I would be a lot happier guy, but it is what it is. So as you can see, we've lost a lot of snow overnight. This is the only place around that has any kind of snow, and I know when I get up a little higher I should get into a little better snow. There was 6 to 8 inches up there yesterday, so I'm going to swing it, hunt the snow. Get no choice. I'd rather hunt snow than no snow, so even though it's good hunting all around, I think it might be more deer a little lower, but on some of these, about halfway up these ridges there, it seems to be holding a lot of deer. So, but we keep after them. saw that moose, that bull moose laying down the other day. I'll include that in the footage, but he decided I hadn't explored that end of this country, so it's very crunchy, cold morning, everything's froze up. You can't move without making tons of noise, so I figured it'd be a good day to just go exploring, so I'm walking really quiet. This is a really good spot. I'm going to spend some time here just milling around, calling, and probably sitting. I really don't want to spook him out of here, so the chances of catching one today, if he's not on his feet, it's pretty slim, so hopefully I can hear something moving around ahead of me if I go slow enough, so that's what we're going to do. I just found this nice scrape, and that rub that was by the river is just over the bank here, so I know he uses this quite often. There tends to be a lot more deer sign in here than I've seen anywhere else, so I'm pretty happy with what I'm finding so far. This is about the fourth scrape that I found of this deer. He's got rubs and scrapes, and he is a big son of a gun. I don't think he's all that far, just a couple of softwood knobs to my right, one right in front of me, and I bet he's up there somewhere, just bedded down. I think he comes down here at night, roams around, chases toes. Has been pretty cold this morning. It's all froze up still, so might get lucky and might get on his feet a little earlier tonight. So we're just poking along, trying to make something happen. I haven't seen anything yet, but I've seen a lot of sign. Finally found a core area where he's hanging out. But we'll keep after him. We're going to get some snow tomorrow. It's supposed to be 3 to 6 inches where we are here. And tomorrow's Saturday, so it'll be my last day hunting here. Well, everybody, this is Jerry. Excuse me, I just had a buck and a doe bolt off to my left. I had a nice rack. I took a shot as he crossed in front of me, and then he bolted more to the left, and I had a pretty good shot when he was running, and I hit him. As you can see, it's pretty good blood up here. It just so happens he's laying right over here, so we're going to go over and check it out. It looks like a good one. So, pretty excited right now. Looks like a pretty nice set of horns. I haven't walked over to him yet. Looks like I gave him a Texas heart shot. He was running away. Got the job done. Looks like I hit him again in the shoulder. Got a little bit high, but nice buck. Take a look. What a corker. Oh, thank you, Lord God.
Oh, I can't tell you how cool that feels. Anybody who's done this knows exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, I passed up 2 or 3 buck tracks this morning because they weren't big enough. Could have been some pretty decent bucks, but it wasn't. I didn't think they were 200, so I said, you know what, it's a great day. I'm just gonna say to heck with it. I'm gonna risk it, and I ended up with this guy, and I am so tickled. I think this is definitely my biggest rack ever. I got one that's close to that. He's a big one. I don't know what I'm gonna do to get him out of here. I'm by myself, and I'm a long ways from a car. Tomorrow's Sunday, so I may have to get some help and come back and get him, but incredible. Thank you, Lord God. It's an incredible moment. It's what we live for as deer hunters, that's for sure. So at about 9:30, I shot this deer, pulled on him till about 11:30, decided to go get help. Of course, all my friends from Vermont are all hunting, and I didn't want to disturb their hunt, so my kids were all busy, and I asked my wife to come help me, which she did. So I had to go back to Vermont, get her. By the time I got back, it was 5 o'clock, and we dragged him till about 9 o'clock at night and decided to leave him. We were just exhausted, been a long day, and it was all uphill from where we were, so I thought the best thing to do was to leave him. We had 2 flashlights, one of them died, so it's about, we're going to leave him for tonight. 2 coyotes came through right behind where my wife is standing. I thought they got a hold of my deer, but this is what we found. They never touched them. I'd left my shirt on them last night. It was all full of sweat, of course, so maybe that was enough to deter them. But I'm tickled pink that they never got to them, so I didn't sleep very well last night just thinking about it. Anyways, we're going to start pulling on them here. Doesn't look like it, but it's fairly steep right through here. You gotta go up this hill. Then it flattens out a little bit. I think once we get to the top of this one, it'll be the worst of it. So we're about halfway up right now, and we should be good.
Not an easy task.
Not this part.
You need help, honey?
Yeah, the worst part's over. We got 30-40 feet of pretty good steep bank here, but we're over that part, so now we're getting a little bit better. It's still uphill, but it seems to be going better. We're getting our rhythm. So, won't be long. Pretty sure he's 300 pounds.
No, you're exaggerating.
Getting bigger by the minute.
Time to go home, Mr. Felix. This is a new version of The Good Wife, starring Mr. Felix and The Good Wife.
This is the results of my 2018 season. Vermont in front, New Hampshire in the middle, Maine on the end. Pretty fortunate this year, tagged 3 deer. Now I got some work to do to skin and do some cutting and cut up all our own deer, so I'm going to get started here shortly. I'm all tagged out, so not going to go to the Adirondacks this year, just got plenty of meat, so we're going to do the honeydew thing and start cutting wood in my sugar house. So we'll see you next year.